Welcome back. This is Aquarium Hacks by Marcus. So today I'm just going to simply demonstrate on another filter hack that you can do that I think that is effective either for quarantine, your main tank, you want to clear up some stuff in your tank, chemical, whatever you want to use it for. But this little hack I think is going to be useful to those who want to have a great filter but without spending a lot of big price for their filter. So a few things you're going to need to do this project, and like I said, with most projects you do need the proper stuff to do it with. I would say always have things on hand such as some kind of material, some kind of hacksaw, or some kind of saw where you can cut your materials, a drill, and something like a knife or something. But anyway, without getting into all that, these are the projects that you're going to need for this simple hack. You're going to need a drill, and I would say have a drill bit, something that's at least what is that, about 3/8, 1/2 inch maybe, 3/8 at least. You want some bigger holes in there. You're going to need a drill for this particular hack. You're going to need a razor knife, and if kids are watching, get parent supervision before you mess with razor knives or drills. These are dangerous too, so get parents' permission before you do that. You're going to need some kind of bottle. This bottle here you're going to need a large bottle. Can't be a small one. So you're going to need a large bottle. This one is a cranberry juice bottle. This is about, probably about a liter. At least a liter bottle. I would say get something wider if you possibly can. You're going to need, of course, one of the main things here, you're going to need some kind of a small aquarium pump. Not a big one, but a small one. And also, you're going to need your biological media, whatever that may be. So, let's get started. So, I just want to point this out really quick. If you can find, or if you already have a large, and this is just like a marine land carbon container, and the reason why I like it so much is that it's wide and that it's black. Biological bacteria love growing in places that are really dark. So I would suggest that you get something like this and hack it out. The small pump will fit very nicely inside of there, with no problem, with plenty of room. But for demonstration purposes, I used a clear container so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So we're going to put that away too. So with your container bottle right here, you're going to want to cut that to where the top, this here has some perfect lines in it. So I just cut it to where that line was at, about right there, about a quarter of a way of the bottle, about a quarter. And then so that can go in just like that, okay? And then what you're going to do, you're going to drill holes. I hope you can see that. You're going to drill holes at the bottom, all the way around here at the bottom. You're also going to drill holes, and hopefully you can see that, right here at the top, all the way around, okay? So essentially that's going to fit in there. So essentially you have holes at the bottom, and you got holes right here that will be at the top. So let's get started with the demonstration. So you want to buy your aquarium pump. These pumps are very cheap. You can get them on eBay. I think I got paid like $15, $16 for this pump, which is the most expensive thing out of the video, especially if you already got your tools and biological media. So this is going to be your main thing here, is your aquarium pump. And so this will pump 160 gallons. I'm going to turn it down low because I want to show a demonstration how this works. And so it's going to be turned down kind of low so water don't jump all over my tank or out of my tank, because I'm demonstrating this to you guys. And so you have your pump. You got your main body here. You're just going to simply set that pump inside of your main body, just like that. Okay, so the pump goes inside of the main body. Now with your biological media, whether that's matrix, a mix of matrix and ceramic rings, or whatever you want it to be, you're going to cover the bottom of this with that. So you want to just cover the bottom with that. Okay, just cover it to a degree. You don't want to cover it too heavy to where it won't suck in. So when you cover this, make sure that you're not covering the actual where the water pumps in at. On that pump, it's got a little grid here, right there. See that? You don't want to cover that up, okay? Because that's going to be covered. This here has an internal sponge. At least this one does, and you don't want to cover that up. But just get on your sides and all that kind of stuff. So you don't want to cover that up at all. Okay? So just get on your sides. You can even cover the top of it, but you do not want to cover the actual grid up there, because that's where your water is going to be pulling from, and you don't want nothing to slow that down. Now actually you could actually put this on the very bottom, all the stuff on the bottom, without even have to worry about covering over your grid. But anyway, this is a good way to do it too. Now once that's all covered there, all nice and snug, all in there, covered, keeping that grid right here open so that it can suck in water. Okay, you don't want nothing over that grid. All right, now if you got a piece of piping or maybe a piece of tube, just put that right over the spout here. I would suggest get like a piece of flexible tubing, and that way that's out there like that. As you can see how this is already turning out to be. Now you're going to take your cord. Either the cord can go on the side like that, or you can run your cord through this tube, which I'm going to run it through the tube. Run your cord up. Now cord has run through the tube. Sorry about a little bit longer of a video, but these hack videos are usually a little bit longer because of the extra stuff that I usually have to do with them. Okay, so that's all ran up there, just like that. Okay, then you're going to take something. You're going to need some heavier rock, some heavier media on top of this to keep this from being pushed up. So then you're going to just take your heavier media, like these rocks here. You can use matrix if it's nice and heavy, but I'm just going to do this for demonstration purposes. So I take some larger rocks, fill that up with larger rocks. Okay, now that's all nice and snug. Okay, so here is the filter, just about ready to go. Okay, so the filter is just about ready to go. Now you have some larger spaces that is around the corners. Don't know if you can see that or not, but you can just simply stuff that in if you want to with some filter floss, which I'll show you here. Just stuff the corners in with a little filter floss. You don't have to, but you know, you can if you want to. Stuff that in with a little filter floss right there, or maybe just maybe some kind of mechanical sponge, whatever you want to use. Okay, just like that. Ugly, but yet it works. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to do that. And if you wanted to, you could put a sponge, cut a hole and put a sponge right here on top for more mechanical. I'm just going to put some floss there on top. Of course, if you put floss there on top, that would of course mean you would have to use more rocks on top just to keep that from flowing off. Now this is just demonstration purposes. You can fix this up any way that you want to fix it up. You do not have to fix it up like this. This is just for demonstration purposes. But that's what that's going to look like. That'll probably float out of there when I put it in the tank and get to working or whatever. But anyway, that's the entire thing. So let me hook it up for you guys inside the water, and then I will show you how this is going to work. Okay. So this is in my 20-gallon quarantine / snail tank. Okay. So let her fill up with water. There she goes, filling up with water. Get my watch out the way. I think it's waterproof though anyway, but still want to be safe on things. Okay, so we drop it down there in the water. There it is in the water. Hopefully you can see that well. Let's get a little bit of a closer look on it. There we go. There she is. She's in the water now. Sorry about that. See that pretty well? Okay. Now we're just going to plug her up. See what happens. And as you can see here, it is working extremely well. Again, what you're seeing here is a very effective filter. It's going to filter from the bottom up, and also anything that it can filter from the top down. Now this is effective in so many different ways. For one thing, this is more powerful than any average air pump could ever be. That's so powerful, that's actually shooting water out of my tank. Let me move it back a little bit. But this is going to be more powerful than any air pump, any average air pump. You're going to be able to filter out your tank far more efficient with something like this. It's very simple to make, very easy to make. The most it will probably cost you, if you have to buy your media and all that stuff, is maybe $25. And you got a very, very effective filter. But like I said before, something that would be even more effective, if you would, more effective than this bottle here, would be using, of course, the black marine land carbon. Get a large canister of it, and after you get done using your activated carbon, or put your activated carbon in something else and use this would just, I think, be so much more effective. For one thing, you're going to have this body, which is wider. You're not going to have to worry about cutting anything, just drilling a hole right here and running the tube and pushing your pump down into it, and then running your tube out. This would be a lot more effective. But like I said, for demonstration purposes, this is how you would definitely set up something like that. So this is just another little hack of another little filter that I wanted to show you guys. And hey, keep on hacking.